Good morning, this is Fedena support and today we are going to know about the core module in detail again, and in this particular span of 60 minutes we will be covering all the basic parts of the Fedena product, and we would start from the settings and gradually land upon to the all the basic core modules that are present in Fedena. So before going into the product, I would like to let you know that there are only four kinds of users. So basically four kinds of user will be able to use the product. The first one, the admin, who has the sole privileges of everything, and then comes the parent login, then we have the student login, and then the employee login. So the parent login and the student login comes up with a fixed set of privileges, but when it comes to the employees will be able to have a definite or a varied level of or a predefined varied level of privileges based upon the task they have been assigned. So we would be now going upon to each of these user kinds of users, and we would first of all start with the admin login so that we will be able to explore what all things can be done in Fedena. So first of all, to start up with, you need to log in to the URL that you have been given up with. In my case, it's default.fedena.org. Then comes the username. On logging into this particular URL, you will be able to see this screen, and the screen, let us say admin, and so the the password for the admin account is admin and admin123. So for the student, it would be student admission number followed by the password should be student admission number followed by 123. The same goes up for the parent also, and for employees it's like the employee admission number, and the the password should be employee admission number 123. So this is all about how basically a person can log into the product. Then once you have logged in, you would be able to see this particular dashboard. So this dashboard gives you gives you the position from where every possible thing in Fedena can be accessed up. So first of all, we will be starting up from the settings. So from the settings, just go upon to the settings part and then click upon general settings. In general settings, you would be able to see the basic configuration. So basically what all things like the like the details about the institution, the college name, like the address and the phone number are to be given up. So basically in this part of basic settings, we are making the application know what our institution is all about. So let us say first of all we need to enter up the details. Let us say the college or school that I'm entering is Foreign Technologies Private Limited. So this should be followed by the school college address and then the phone number. Then comes the student attendance type. In student attendance type, whether if your institution follows a daily attendance type, then you should be opting out for the daily. But if your institution goes up for the subject-wise attendance type, you should be going up for the subject-wise attendance type. So this is how your attendance tab can be monitored up. Then comes the finance year started and finance year end date. In finance started and end date, you should be entering up the current fiscal year of finance, and this is followed by the starting receipt number. So once a receipt number is put up in this particular box, you would be able to you will be able to have the auto incremented value of the receipts that would be generated subsequently. Let us say that the receipt number for the first receipt that should be generated is K001, and subsequently the rest of the receipt numbers would be K002, K003, and so on. And then comes the language. So Fedena is available in these many languages like English, Spanish, Arabic, French, Portuguese, Marathi and Hindi, and the rest. You can switch into any of these versions at any point of time. Then comes the time zone. The time zone can be, you can select upon which time zone you are in, so the time zone is to be selected. Then comes the country. So you need to select upon which the country, the preferred country location, then the currency type. The currency type that you will be entering up here as this will be too important, as this would be used up for you in the subsequent finance transactions that you would be making up. Let us say that the currency type is dollar, and for some other institutions it should be rupees based upon the geographical location of the institution. Then comes the logo. So the logo that you will be entering up here, as it should be 150 cross 110 with a 500 kb maximum resolution with a maximum size. And then once you upload the logo up from here, it would be available in the login page, the logout page, and in all the PDFs that would be generated from the application. Then comes the grading system. In grading system, if you have all the grading systems, like the normal grading systems should contain the marks and the grades, but if you have some other grading systems that are prevalent in some of the institutions, then you can also go for them, like the CC, CWA, and GPA. Then moreover, if you have this Moodle URL, if you want to integrate your Moodle with to that of Fedena, then just enter the Moodle URL here, and now your Moodle account that you will be having up will be linked up with this. Then comes the theme. So Fedena is available in all exciting themes like orange, black, green, yellow, blue, and gray, and you need to select upon which theme you would prefer upon. And then comes a variety of options where you need to check up as per the requirement of your institution. So the first one should be starting up with enable auto increment student admission number, which says that whenever this part of the option is checked up, every student admission number that you would be having up will be an auto increment value of the one that you've entered for the last student. So let us say if you have entered the first student admission number as 0001. So the next student will be having an admission number of 0002, 0003, and so on. The same goes up for the employee in number 2. And then comes the enable news comment moderation. In enable news comment moderation, you will be able to enable the you will be able to enable the moderation for your news comments. So let us say you, being the admin of the institution, you have put a news in a news board and you have allowed some comments for the news too. So again, when the users put up some comments, then it's upon the admin who used to choose whether the comments are to be approved or rejected. Once and only if these comments are approved, then only the news comments will be used up along with the news. Then comes the enable siblings. So if you want to keep a track of all the siblings in your institution, like if you want to give the parent a single sign-in for all the siblings studying in the institution, or else if you want to copy all the data of one sibling to that of the another, the parent data, so then you can go for this enable sibling part. Then comes the enable first time login change password. As the name suggests, you will be able to ask your users to change the password for the first time they log in. So this is taken as a security measure. So as we know that the default credentials for the student are student admission number and student admission number 123 being the username and password respectively, and the same goes for the employee. So we have a default set of credentials. So again, if we enable this part, every student or employee will be asked to change their password before proceeding. Then comes the enable OAuth. In enable OAuth, once the setting is done, the users, whether it is admin or the student or the parent or the employee, everyone will be able to use Fedena with the Google sign-in. So you need not to enter your Fedena credentials. Rather, you can do up with the Google credentials or the Gmail password and the Gmail username, and log into Fedena. So this is all about the general settings. Apart from the basic settings, now we would be quickly moving upon to the rest of the things available in the settings menu. So again, coming back to the settings menu, we would be having some different categories. Like let us say we have this manage student category. In manage student category, you will be able to create new categories for a student. Supposingly, let us say that you have too many students and you want to categorize your student into different categories like not local, non-local, staff students, and so on. So all you need to do, just click upon this particular part and type a new category, whether it's local or non-local hostelers. So once you have entered this, on clicking save, this will be coming up in this particular list. So this would help you to categorize a student while the time of admission. So like let us say you have a set of, as you can see, you have a set of lists here like local, hostelers, staff students, physically handicapped student category 1, and so on. So once you have asked for each or for all of this, you will be able to access the particular categories in the category menu of the student admission step 1. So this is all about the category, entering the new categories. Now let's jump upon to the add admission additional detail from the settings menu. In add admission additional detail of settings menu, you will be able to add some additional settings for your students. Like let us say you have these active fields, and some of the fields are like, let us say you want to keep a track of all the data of your students, but in Fedena you do not have such options like the admission agent or the passport number or the medical history of another student, and whether the particular person has come through an agent. If yes, then which agent. So these all data you would like to keep a track of for each of the students. So such a but this data is not present in any of the in any of the steps of admission during for the application. And so what we can do is we can just create a new additional detail. Like let us say we need to enter some detail here and enter the input method, whether it's a text box, a text area, a select box, or a checkbox. And then on hitting upon create, this particular field will be created of its own. So this once you have put up all the additional fields here like medical history, the admission agent, passport number, and so on, you will be able to ask the students to enter data regarding the same. So this is how the students are setting these student additional details are to be dealt up with. Then next go upon to the rest part of the thing like managing of course and batches. Like in every case, first of all, whenever we go for some application like Fedena, we would like to manage our courses or the grades in some parts of the in some as referred in some parts. Then we need to manage our batches also. So first of all, to start up with, like let us say we need to click upon manage course and we want to create a course with the name of standard 3. So all you need to do, just click upon manage course and you will be redirected to a page where you will be able to see the list of all the courses created here and a new link up here. And on clicking on that new link, you will be able to see the course name and the section name fields where you need to enter the relevant details like standard 3. Then you can enter the section name, but please remember that whenever you are entering a section name, you are creating a different course. So another section with the same course cannot be created. So but you can always create another batch into the same course. So first of all, we need to finish up the adding up of the courses. So to do so, you need to enter the course name and then the code like std, and then the grading system as appeared in the general settings part, whether it's GPA, CWA, CC, or normal. Based upon any of the settings, you need to click upon the batch details. Like let us say I am putting up the batch details as A 2013 and hitting up the save button. So again, whenever we would be going up to to that particular course we have created, we would be able to see all the batches listed up here. So in the case of courses, we have created another batch with the name of A 2013, and this comes under standard 3. So this would be coming up as the code of the course followed by the followed by the name of the batch. So further, if you want to create some more batches into it, you can also use this new link from here and type the name of the batch and the start and end date. Then comes the import previous batch subjects and import previous batch master fees. Like let us say you have this previous batch subjects as, and you have some previous batch subjects in your earlier batches and you want to import the same to this particular batch. So you can just click upon this option so that all the batches that you have will be imported to this particular subject. Then comes the import previous batch master fees. So in import previous batch master fees, you will be able to import all the master fees of the previous batches as the name suggests. So on clicking upon save, you will be able to create all the subjects and the courses. So once, all the courses and the batches. So once the courses and batches are done, now it's time to manage the subjects for your batches. So to manage the subjects, you need to go to manage subject from the settings link, and then click upon the particular batch where you need to create the subject in. And once you've selected the batch, you will be able to see two options like the add normal subject and the new elective group. In add normal subject, you will be able to add some normal subjects into it. So but when it comes to new elective group, you will be able to create an elective group, and after that you can stuff subjects into it. Once these subjects are done, now you will be able to assign different students into the particular subjects that you have created for each of these batches. So this is all about how the settings can be done. Now we will quickly move upon to the rest part of the application from the dashboard. In dashboard, you have this option called the admission, and this admission link helps you to admit students into the application. So to admit students into the application, you need to click upon the admission number, the admission date. So as I said, the admission number is an auto incremented value of the one that you have entered previously. Then comes the admission date, where you need to enter the admission dates or date of the particular student who is getting admitted. Then comes the first name and the middle name. So and the rest of the details are to be entered. Like let us say I'm entering the name of a student with the name Smriti, and then comes the course and batch, and the particular person is in class 10th A 2013, is getting admitted to class 10th A 2013. So this particular batch is selected. Then comes the date of birth. You have to enter the date of birth of the particular student. So this way you need to enter it. And the rest of the details are to be filled up, like the blood group, the birthplace, the category, the nationality, the mother tongue, and the category. Coming back to the category part, we have different options here from this. Like as we said that we have created some categories from the settings part. So all these categories that you have created previously will be coming up here. So now you will be able to stuff if you are categorized student in any of the categories that you have created from the settings part. So this was all about how you must be dealing with the categories. So once you have filled up all the data for the students like the phone, the country, mobile, mail, and the like in the page, you end up with entering up the user photo of the particular student. So once you have entered all the data, now it's time to hit the save and proceed button. The save and proceed button would take you to step 2, since the enable sibling part is checked up from the settings. So now you need to enter the siblings, like let us say And as I mean that from this particular thing, that the student who is getting admitted is actually a sibling of the student with the name Sanju, who is already present in this particular institution. So we need to copy the parent data of Sanju to that of the person who is getting admitted. So once this is selected, you can save and proceed. So all the data of the parent data of Sanju will be getting copied up to that of the person who's getting admitted. So going to the next step of the admission, we have this previous education details. So you need to enter the previous education details of the student. Then comes the additional details. So all the additional details that we have created from here, like add one, and admission agent and all, and these are, as I have already told, that these are the custom created. So the you can create as many admission details as you want, but uh, all the additional details that you have created must have may or may not have an mandatory field. So if you are opting some field as mandatory, so the values for the same are to be entered anyhow, otherwise we won't be able to proceed further. So once this thing is done, now the profile for the student is created. So the student will be able to access the application using the admission number here, and the password admission number followed by 123. So this is how the sample student can get admitted into. So once you have admitted students into the application, you would like to have the student details of all of your students. So we need to click upon the student details to know the details of any of the students in studying in the institution. So we need to enter up the student details. Like, let us say we have this, we want to know the detail of a student, let us say with the name Sanju, and on clicking Sanju, you will be able to see a list of all the students who bear a similar name. So on clicking upon the relevant name that you have been choosing up for, you will be redirected to the page of the which gives you the profile of the student. Moreover, we have an advanced student details search, which will help you to give you an advanced search of the student details. Like, let us say you are not aware of a student's name, admission number and all, but you want to have a list of all the students who have a blood group of B positive. So on clicking upon B positive, you will be able to get the list of all the students in your institutions who have the blood group B positive, provided to the condition that while entering the details, you must have entered the blood group of the students, of all students who are getting admitted. So this is how you will be able to access the student details smartly. And then comes the manage users. In manage users, you will be able to manage all your users, including the students, the employees, the parent, and the teachers. So any person just you want to search, you just name the person, and then on typing the name, you will be able to search the details about the same. Moreover, the search that you're putting up here will not only be the search via name, it will also you will also be searching it via the username too also. Moreover, if you want to search a person with the name of based upon the particular role he has, so just click upon view all, select the role, and then the batch to which that particular person is in, and there you get the list of all the persons in this particular batch. So this was all about how to use the student additional details, the manage users, student details, and so on. Now if you want to create some news and publish it in your institution, just click upon manage news and use the add button here to add a news into the application. So just add the name of the title here and the content, and on publishing the news, this would be available in the dashboard itself. So the top three news, the top three news that you would, or the latest top three news. So the latest top three news that you can put up as will be, you will be able to see that on the dashboard. So once you're done with the news, so let us go into the examinations part of it. So I'm clicking upon examinations. You will be able to see a list which says settings, exam management, generate reports and report center. And then comes the settings part. Let us say that you want to work upon this exams module, and so you need to start off with the settings of this particular module just like any other plugin. So just let's click upon the settings and see what all settings can be done for the examination module to start up. So on clicking upon set grading levels, you will be able to set the grading levels of your institution. So like let us say your institution follows a common grading level, like O is the name of the grade of O. If a person scores more than 90%, so he would be said to have scored O grade, and so on. So this way you need to enter all the grades up here using this link, like from this page which says add grades. So on clicking add grades, you will be able to get a light box, and here you need to enter up the grades like O, let us say O, and then 90% if there's 90% is the minimum score to be classified into a grading level with the name O, and then the description and a credit points associated with the grade are to be entered. So now, moreover, if this particular grading level is not common to a is not common for a batch, or let us say the common grading level is not applicable for a particular batch, so you can just click upon that particular batch and add the grading levels accordingly for this particular batch. This was all about the grading levels. Now coming to the ranking levels. So normally in your institution you would be able to, you would like to have some different ranking levels for your students. So ranking levels in the sense we would mean that all the students who have scored a particular percentage, you would like to classify them into based upon the marks that they have scored. So you need to enter the basic ranking levels like the failed, passed and detailed. So let us say you have selected a course, the name and the marks are to be entered. So to create a ranking level called failed, so you need to enter the marks limit type, the number of subjects and subject limit type. As per the current scenario you are seeing up on the screen, so every student who has scored a upper mark of like a max, or to be more specific, a maximum marks of 40% in less than 2 subjects will be classified as failed. Similarly, coming back to the rest of the ranking levels like passed, so as per this current conditions on the screen, this would mean that as every person who has scored at least 40% in at least 4 subjects can be classified under the passed. So this way you can create all your own ranking levels as per the demand of your institution, and then after the ranking levels are to be done, the class designations can be entered up. So similarly you can have different class designations like first, second, third division and all. So you need to enter the class designations, and then comes the CC settings. So CC settings is a part of the exam settings. So we do have a separate grading system called CC settings, and it's applicable only in certain CBC schools. So all the CBC schools use this kind of CC settings, and we would be also holding a separate webinar on CC settings, as this part is itself quite huge to be dealt up in this webinar. Then comes the exam management. So once you have created some schools, once you've created some courses and batches and stuff students into it with the relevant categories and all, you would like to have all your students all your students appear for an examination, and you would like to publish the results, you would like to enter the results of the same. So to do so, you need to click upon the select a course link from here. After you have selected the course up from here, you need to select the batch, and then on selecting the batch, you will be able to see the list of all the examinations created till date. So you need to create the examinations from here, and then again to create examination, you need to click upon this button from here which says new. And in new, you need to name the exam group. Like let us say I'm naming the exam group as exam P, and then the maximum mark and the minimum mark are to be entered. Like let us say if your maximum marks for all the subjects in this are 100 and the minimum marks are, let us say, 40, so you need to enter the maximum marks and minimum marks for this, and then the start time and end time for each of the subjects are to be created. So the start time and end time that you will be putting up will be the start time and the end time of the respective examinations in this subjects, and then this would also be reflected up in the calendar of the institution for all the students. So moreover, if you want to have if you don't want to create a examination for any particular subject in this batch, so you can also use this do not create option available here for the corresponding subject. So once the start time and end time are entered, you will be able to click upon save changes, and then you have created a examination with the name of exam P, and this is to be published to let all students know that an examination of such a name has been created. So to publish exam schedule, you need to click upon publish exam schedule. So you'll get a notification when the exam schedule has been published. Moreover, this thing will also be available in the calendar. Like let us say you can see the calendar for the reference. So once you have published the examination, it will be available in the calendar, and then once after publishing the examinations, you will be able to able to enter the examinations results for each of the subjects. As you can see, the today's current date has a blue sign on the examinations which says that examinations has been created for UKG 2013 maths on the right side of the calendar. So this is how you should be dealing up with. Next comes the entering up of the results of this thing. So basically the exam management module that we are covering right now has the facilities of the exam management module is being covered right now. I mean, so coming back to the entering up of the results, so we have to enter up the marks of each of the students and then the corresponding results. And then the corresponding results are to be entered and the remarks. So once you've entered this, you can hit upon the save button. So on hitting upon the save button, all the students marks will be created and now you will be able to publish the exam result. So on clicking publish exam result, the exam result for all the students will be published. And now if you have your SMS settings done correctly, a student whose number has already been registered in his own profile will be getting an SMS automatically saying that your examinations has been saying that the examination has been in, published. Coming back to the queries by Dr. Sion, so Dr. Sion, we will be dealing up with the queries after a particular time. So it will, after the webinar has been completed, so we will be dealing up with all the queries that you have for us. Coming back to the webinar again, so once this particular result has been published, you will be able to get an SMS if this SMS settings has been correctly done. So now we would be moving up with the rest part of the exam management, like generate reports, report center, and so on. So in generate reports, you will be able to generate the reports of all the courses. So let us say that you want to have a track of all the reports of all the students in your institutions and all the examinations that they have appeared so far. So you can just click upon the generate reports and select the course that they are in. This way you will be able to you will be able to select a course for it. So you will be able to generate the reports for each one of them. Then comes the report center. So in report center, you will be able to see all the reports of your examinations, like whether it is exam wise report or subject wise report, group exam reports, or so on. So when you go to each one of these reports, the reports will be not only the statistical reports, but they would also contain some graphical data for the same. So let's check upon the batch first of all, and then see the reports of the examination group. So I'm selecting up the exam group which says exam 1, and on selecting view, we will be able to see the statistical report of the student. So on clicking upon each of the student's name, you will be able to see the graphical report of the same also. Like let us say this particular student with the name Abhishek and the admission number DPS3, he will be seeing the student marks and the class average as a graphical comparison. So this is all about the examination report center, generation of reports, and so on. And now, and moreover, we have another plugin which is online exam. So it's a another plugin, and so we won't be discussing it in this particular webinar. But online exam is all about creating an online exams for all of your institutions, where you will be able to give some basic questions and then the options for corresponding options for each of them, and the students can be asked to apply for the examinations using this particular online exam schedule. Once the exam management is completed, now it's time to go up to the timetable module. In timetable module, you will be able to create different timetables for your institutions. So like let us say first of all you need to start off with the creating about the weekdays. So in weekdays, if you have your weekdays such as Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for so Monday to Friday, a 5 working day week for each of your batches, so you can just click upon the particular common batch and or the batch or the or if this particular setup is common to each of the batches in the whole institution, then you can go to that particular batch and click upon that. So this is all about this. And then coming back to this thing called the timetables. Once the weekdays is set, now you need to set the class timings for different timetables. So to set the class timing set, you need to have first of all a different class timing sets. So just click upon the class timing sets link from here, and then you will be able to see all the class timing sets that has been already created for you. So by default you will be having one class timing set with the name of default, and then if you want to create some more class timing sets, you should be creating it with a name in it, and on hitting the submit button, this class timing set will be created. Moreover, once this class timing set has been created, you would like to add some class timings into it. So to add class timings, you need to click upon the class timings link from the corresponding class timing set, and then click upon add. On clicking add, you will be able to see the light box where you need to enter the name, the start time, and the end time for each of these class timing sets. Then moreover, if this particular class timing set is a break, then you can select this particular thing, and then this will be treated as a break while creation of the timetables. So once this class timing set has been done for each of the timetables, now you need to assign this class timing sets to different batches. So let us say we have this class timing sets created with the name of class timing G7, and now we have 3 batches for this. So if you want to assign another batch to this particular class timing set, so all you need to do, just click upon the particular batch and hit the arrow. So this way the available batches for the class timing G7 will be transferred to the assigned batches for the class timing G7. So now this particular batch that we have entered right now will also follow the class timing set that has been opted for this particular batch, for this particular class timing set. So this is all about how the class timing sets can be dealt up with. Now we have the work allotment. In work allotment, you will be able to allot different periods or different classes for your employees. So as you can see, the box on the right says 66 deficit till the 27 deficit and so on. So this means that Anthony, a teacher, has 66 more classes than he has been allotted for. Similarly, Molly has 2 more classes remaining than the one she has been allotted for. Then comes the create timetable. So in create timetable, we need to select a span for which the timetable has not been created yet, and then on selecting the span, we can go to that particular timetable and edit the entries for, or enter the details for the same. So now we will be going up to a already created timetable, and on clicking edit timetable, we will be able to see all the timetables that are available for being edited. Just click upon the timetable that you have, and on clicking upon edit entries, you will be asked to select a batch, and based on upon the class timing set that you have created previously, you will be getting a basic frame, and then you will be asked to do the employee subject association. So on doing employee subject association, we basically map the employees to teach a particular subject for some batch. So you need to select a batch and then a subject, and then assigning different teachers to this particular subject. You will be able to get the options, these many options, while creating the timetable or editing the entries for them. So again, to assign a teacher for a particular batch, you need to just select upon the particular department, and then on clicking upon any of this particular teacher, you will be able to assign that particular teacher to teach the required subject for this batch. So this is how the employee subject association comes into play. So now you need to select upon the particular the particular subject and click upon the particular name of the subject and drop it to this place. So this way Mr. Sampson has been allotted to teach maths for on Monday for in the chosen time span from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So this is how you should be setting up the timetable for. Now we have many other options which says the view timetable and the teacher timetable. In view timetable you will be able to view different timetables based upon the timetable span and the batch that you have selected. And then on clicking upon teacher timetable you will be able to see the timetable of a particular teacher based upon the span that you have chosen up. So as per the particular timetable that we have made just now, Samson has been asked to teach maths for the batch UKGB 2013 from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Coming back to the teacher timetable or the institutional timetable, you will be able to see the institutional timetable of a whole day. Like let us say you want to click upon institutional timetable and then you'll be able to see the timetable of a particular day from here. So as you can see that on the selected span, the timetable for the day is today being Monday, for the batch UKGB 2013, and the time being 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Maths will be taught by Samson. So this is how you will be able to see the institutional timetable by just clicking upon to the particular dates. So this is how you should be dealing up with the timetable. So once the timetable is finished up, now it's time to click upon the attendance and see what all can be done from the attendance part. In attendance we have the attendance register. So this would help you to mark the attendance of the students. Like let us say if you want to mark someone from the batch UKGP 2013 as absent, so you need to click upon the particular person. Like let us say you want to mark Priti as absent for Monday 16th of December 2013. So you need to click upon that particular person's the particular cell and then the reason, attending a function or on a vacation. So once you have entered up the reason, now you will be able to mark that particular person as absent. So this is how you can mark the absentees of the students. Now coming back to the attendance register, attendance report, you will be able to see the report of all the students in a particular batch. Like let us say you want to see the batch, and now you have a bar upon here. Like if you want to make a list of all the students who have scored a percentage of below 95%, like let us say you want to make a list of all the students who have scored an attendance below 95%, so you can just click upon the filter below here from the available filters, and then on clicking 95 you will be able to get the list of all the students who have scored 95%. So that is how, and moreover you will be able to get the PDF report for the same. Coming back to the rest of the modules, we have this human resources and the finance part from here. We start off with the human resources. In human resources, again just like any other module, you need to click upon the settings part, and in settings we have many other options here called the add employee category, add employee position, add employee department, add employee grade, add employee payroll category, bank detail, and addition detail. So in employee category is just like another student category that we have created already for the students. And then coming back to the add employee position, you will be able to have different positions in different categories. So first of all, while making a position, you need to select upon under which category it belongs to. So let us say we have this category called POS 3 in the category CAT 3. So on clicking upon create, we will be able to have another category, another position under the category CAT 3. Again, supposingly in our institution we need to have different departments in our institution. So we can also create some employee departments for this using this employee department link from here. And once clicking upon employee department link, you will be able to see the page where it says name and page. So you need to enter the name and department code for the same, and then hit upon the create part. So if the relevant things are given, like as in this particular example, we have not entered anything, so the system throws up an error. So the relevant settings are to be created. Then comes the add employee grade. Then we have the add employee payroll category. In add employee payroll category, we are asked to add different payroll categories for our employees. Like let us say if you want to create a payroll category with the name of bonus Christmas or Christmas bonus 2, and then we need to specify which percentage it would be. Like let us say I'm specifying it as 10%, and it should be the 10 percentage of the basic pay. So this way, as basic pay is not dependent upon anything, and the rest of the settings has been, rest of the categories are dependent upon the basic pay. So during the creation of the payroll categories or the admission of an employee, this particular payroll category basic pay has to be entered, and the rest of the things will be calculated of its own based upon the percentage that you have entered up from here. Moreover, if this particular category that you are going to create is a deduction and not an earning, then you can just click upon its deduction, and this way this particular category will be an deduction for it. So on clicking upon HR settings again, you will be able to see all the list of the things like bank detail. Bank detail and additional details are all the same that we have seen up in the student details. Then comes the employee management. In employee management, once you go upon to this link, you will be able to see two links which says employee admission and employee service association. Employee service association is the same as the thing that we have done in the timetable part, which is exactly another link to come to this whole new place, which says which deals up with the mapping up of the students, which deals up of the mapping up of the students to that of the mapping up of the employees to that of the subjects for a particular batch. Then comes the employee admission. In employee admission, you will be able to add different employees for your institution. So basically it is the admitting up of the new employee who has come up. So as we have already said that we have checked up this employee auto increment employee admission number. So this way every employee number that you have put up, it will be an auto incremented value of the one that you have ended up for the last time. So you need to fill up the rest of the details like the last name, the email, the gender, and most importantly the date of birth, and the department and category and position are to be entered, as these are the mandatory fields, otherwise the system won't allow you to move further. Then comes the category. You need to enter a category for each of them, the relevant position numbers, and then proceed up with the rest of the things. And as for a part of demonstration, we are skipping up this part, but we always recommend you to add this part in the process of admission, while doing it in real time scenarios, as this can be helpful to extract data for each of your employees at or students for a little later part. So again, on clicking save and proceed, again on clicking save and proceed, I will be redirected to the next page of admission of employee, the step 2 of admission, employee admission. So now you need to enter the rest of the details here, and on clicking save and proceed, you will be asked to enter the rest of the details from the step 3, like the bank account details, and then the additional details that you have asked us for. And then on clicking save and proceed, here comes a place where you need to enter the privileges. So this is the most important part of employee admission, where you decide which person or which employee works for which part of the institution. Like, let us say if some person deals up with the student management, which includes the admission, student control, student view, student attendance register, student attendance view, and applicant registration plugin. So you can just click upon it as a whole, and on hitting save, you will be redirected to the next page of the employee admission. Now the next important part of employee admission is the reporting manager, where you need to enter the reporting manager of this particular employee who is getting admitted. So now let us say that we have this name of this particular employee as so, and again this makes this particular person who is getting admitted report to Subhlakshmi as the reporting manager. And again, on hitting this save and proceed, you will be redirected to the next page of the employee admission, which says 10,000, let us say. And then, as I have entered and linked up all the rest of the categories to that of the payroll, so this way you will be able to and the rest calculate the rest of the things automatically. Just entering the basic pay will let you know the rest of the details, and then it's time to click upon the finish button, which will redirect you to the profile page of the employee. So as said, you will be able to be redirected to the profile page of the employee. Coming back to the rest of the things, like employee leave management. In employee leave management, you will be able to add new leave types and the attendance register and the attendance report, and you will be also be able to reset the leaves for the employees. Like, if you want to add leave types for the employees, you can just click upon add leave types, and then the leave name, the leave code, the maximum leave count, and then the carry forward, whether the particular leave has to be carried forward to the next leave calendar or not. Then comes attendance register, which is similar to that of the attendance register of the student. And then the attendance report. Attendance report, you will be able to see the report of all the employees based upon the leaves that they have taken on selecting their particular department. Then comes the reset leave. In reset leave, you will be able to reset the leaves of all your employees. So again, if you want to give some employees or reset the leaves of the employees, the reset leave is the one which will be very helpful to you. Then comes the employee search and employee payslip. Again, I would like to let you know that the creation of payslip and the approvement of payslip are to be done from the HR and the finance model respectively. So in instances where the HR person is different from the one who has from the finance, then this is exactly a two-step process. So the HR has to create a payslip for his employees, and then it's up to the part of the person who's in charge of finance to approve or reject the created payslip. So to create a payslip, you will be able to see this on create payslip link, and now you have four options here. You will be able to create the payslip for each of the employees individually using the select employee link, and then if the rejected employee will give you the list of all the employees whose payslip has been rejected by some reason or the another from the person who is in charge of finance. Then comes the one-click payslip generator, which will help you to generate the payslip of all the employees in a single click. And moreover, if you have committed the mistake of generating the payslip of all the employees at a go, then you can just revert the payslip that was done for the last time, and this way the payslip generated will be reverted. So this was all about the HR module. Now we will be moving up to the last module of the webinar, which is the finance module. In finance module, you will be able to see many parts where we will be able to click upon the fees, and fees gives you many links like the create fees, schedule fee collection, so on. So we need to click upon the create fees, and then in create fees you need to create some categories and then stuff some particulars into this. So first of all, once you have created a master category, you need to stuff some particulars, and if possible, you can create some discounts for each of these categories done. Once this category has been created, you will be able to schedule the fee collections for your institutions. Like let us say you want to make a start date and end date for a particular fee collection there for your institution, then just click upon create fee collection, and then you will be able to click the create the fee collection for your employee based upon the category that you have made in the previous step. Then comes the collect the fees, where you will be able to collect the fees for a student. Again, the fee submission can be by course and can be for each student. So if you want to submit the fees for each student, then just click upon fee submission by course, and then you will be asked to search the batch, and then the based upon the choice of the student. Like let us say I'm clicking upon fee submission by course, and fee submission by course, the batch is to be selected with the name UKGB 2013, and then the fee collection date, let us say year start, and this way once you have selected the year start, as you can see that as per the fee collection date year start for the batch UKGB 2013, a person named Sindhu has paid an amount of 250 rupees. So again, if you want to print a receipt of the same, just click upon print receipt, and this way you will be able to print the receipt of the students of the fees. Moreover, if you want to pay the money for each of the student, so as you can see that for this particular person Suman, this particular person has not paid the fees, so we can just click upon pay fees. And moreover, if at a point of time if you feel that the payment that was done has been done accidentally and needs to be reverted, so just click upon this, and this way you will be able to revert the transaction made. So this is all about the creation of fees, fee structure and defaulters. So if you want to see the fee defaulters of your employees, just click upon fee defaulters, and then you will get the list of all the employees who are the defaulters as per in one fee or the another. So again, fee imports and instant fees are different part of different plugins. So we won't discussing it in this particular webinar. coming back to the finance, again in finance you like to have some different categories for each of your transactions made. So the category link from here helps you to do so, to create different finance transactions or different categories for your finance transactions. So any of the transactions that you will be making it up will be coming up in one category of another or another. Basically the transactions are the incomes or the expenses. So while making an income or expense, you will be asked up to which category does this particular income or expense belong to. Again, coming back to the transactions link, we have this way to track all your reverted transactions, and then we have you can add your expenses, your incomes, and even see the reports of different transactions made from different time periods, and then compare the two transactions for belonging to two different periods. Then in again payslip, as I have already said that in payslip you will be able to view the payslip or approve the payslip of a person, or the employees set as a whole. So like let us say you don't want to view it and you want to approve the payslip. So one click approve payslip is the place where you should be clicking up to approve the payslip of all your employees at a go. Then comes automated transactions. So automated transactions helps you to create a transaction automatically where you need to do in some part of the transactions. Like let us say the place that you belong to has a fee law, so that every donation that has been made to an institution has to have a 5% transaction amount. So this way so every donation that has been done has to be decreased by 5%, as this has been considered as the cess for your law. So automatic transactions helps you in those cases. So now again we have another two plugin, which is asset liability management and tally export, which will be of great use to you only when you have this different plugin with you. So this was all about the finance part. Now coming back to the last part of SMS module. So SMS module basically helps you to send SMS to your institutions. So basically you need to first of all have this SMS settings correctly done from on your login from account.fedena.org. So once you have done the relevant SMS settings, now you will be able to click upon SMS settings and check upon where all these SMS are to be going upon. So whenever you will be having an SMS settings part, and then we have this automated transactions here. So then on clicking student admission, exam schedule and attendance and events, and automatically a transaction will be going up to every part of this thing, every part of the gen events that has occurred. Like let us say whenever there's student admission, relevant SMS will be going up to the particular parent and the teacher saying that your ward has been admitted with the credentials as follows. Then whenever there's a exam schedule or exam result publishing up, then you will also be able to get an automatic SMS, and same goes up with the attendance and events. And moreover, the rest of the things helps you to send SMS to the parents, students and the employees respectively. So again we have this option to send SMS to students. So here you need to just click upon the particular batch and select the student from the list, and then you have these batches. So every SMS that you will be sending up to any of the batches will be sent up to all the students in the batch that you have selected. So similarly, as the name suggests, you will be able to send the SMS to employees based upon the department that they are in. And then if you want to select some SMS, you want to send some SMS to a particular department as a whole, then this is the link which will be of great use to you. So this was all about today's webinar on the core modules. Now we can deal up with the query session. Thank you for listening.